Well, ladies and gentlemen, I I don't know what to say. I genuinely lost for words today. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. Not the best of days. Town have ruined everyone's weekend yet again. I've got thoughts of Ben Moore. Let's get him in now. See what he thinks about today. Ben, I'm lost for words, really, mate. I don't really know what to say. I don't know where to start, what to say. Probably top two gone now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're 10 points behind Plymouth, 7 behind Wednesday. Only 4 ahead of Derby, with Derby have game in hand.
Could get second.
This, I don't know where to start. Let's talk about Oxford's first goal, shall we? Defending for that goal. They've let Wildshot walk past them, Ben. I don't really know what to say. It's just they've let Wildshot walk past them, basically, and Burgess again is at fault for that. He's let an opposition player run past him, and we've conceded that way. What do you think needs to change in that defensive area, because something's going wrong?
Play Harry Clark. Probably the only one we can sort anything out in a minute. I actually thought JD had a good game today, supposedly. Burgess.
I think Burgess needs to come out for me now. I think he's run his race, Burgess.
Who's you put in? Do you put Clark in, or do you move JD?
I think JD comes out. I think JD comes out, Clark comes in, and I think Burgess comes out and Fridge comes in. To be honest, I mean, I can't really see anything else being done. I mean, there's got to be something going wrong, Ben, because this run of form now is costing us big time.
It's not just a run of form, like a bad run of form anymore. There's something seriously wrong.
Okay, tell me, what do you think that thing is that's seriously wrong? Tell me.
Well, mentality. Probably after the Charlton game.
Do you think that, because I was putting in the Discord earlier, that there's a lack of leadership in this side, and I think that's showing now, and mentality issue, and there's a lack of leaders lifting the boys back up when stuff like this happens.
Yeah, I mean, look how long it took us to get back into the game, or into the game to start with.
I mean, it took us for us to concede, for us to then get in the game, didn't it? I mean,
which I did say yesterday. Just want to point out there.
You did say they score first. You did, and be fair to us, it took us 3 minutes to get back in the game. Fair play to Leif Davis for getting his first professional goal. First goal for Town as well. Talk about George Hurst, first start for the club. I had a Ladapo today. Looked isolated for a lot of the game. Not that you could see it because of the fog, but he looked isolated for a lot of the game, Ben. But he did okay for me.
Yeah, when he got the ball, and I think it's the chance just before he came off. On a different day, it goes in 2-1. Sit back and take the 3 points.
Now, what is it with Town conceding late goals, Ben? Because that's another goal we've conceded in the last 10 that's cost us a game again. And
Substitutions.
all of the pressure we had in that game, chance after chance, second half, again being the better side second half, and they go score. What what do you think is wrong overall with the club going on at the club at the minute? Because everyone at the start of the season was saying our club's going to be on the up, but it's different owners, different manager, but it still seems to be the same problem.
Who knows? Let's get this season out of the way. I know it's only January, but look at our last 10 games. We haven't blown anyone away.
Because for me, I don't know what it is, but we've had 9 draws this season now. It's obviously our 4th defeat, but there's a few people, I'm not going to name names because they know who they are, that are calling for McKenna's head now. Now, that's probably a bit extreme if you ask me, calling for McKenna's head, right?
Yeah, but we can question him and his choices like today, bringing off Hurst. Why don't we go to up top?
You can. I think
Take the game to him.
it's fair to say you can question it, yeah. But I don't think it's fair to call for his head just yet, in my opinion.
No. I mean, this is what his second transfer window, really.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
So, like I said yesterday, he's still building his team. I think Broadhead was probably the only positive when he came on.
yeah. He looked up for it today, didn't he? Broadhead.
Clark had that chance, and was that from our corner just after he came on?
Yeah,
We
he
hit the bar.
probably should have scored it, but we, it's just typical Town, isn't it? Really.
I mean, at least the defenders got across his man and won the header.
You know what I will say to Broadhead and Clark and Hurst is welcome to Town.
Yeah, start bloody scoring.
It's going to be a roller coaster of emotions for them.
I mean, Clark's used to it anyway. He's a Ipswich fan.
Broadhead and Hurst, welcome to Town, because this is what you're going to get, lads. I mean, this club's going to be the death of me, Ben. I mean, I'm slowly giving up with this club. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you say that, but you'll still be there Tuesday night, wouldn't you?
I'll still be there, of course I will, but there's an underlying issue somewhere, a deeper issue than just a mentality issue, I think. There's issues somewhere else. Can't quite put my finger on where the issue is.
I think if you look at since the World Cup, you look at the amount of times there's been stoppages in play like today, and it killed all of them, and it kills our momentum because we're so sort of late or unproactive to chase the game.
Do you think that the Leif Davis injury in the 76th minute interrupted the flow of play for Town?
No, I thought it was all the bloody fog and the rest stopping the game sort of every so often. And when if it's that bad, call it off.
There was chat in
Taking
the Discord, Ben. People were saying that Ipswich should have just walked off and tried to get the game called off and not carried on.
I mean, play safety. Like if you're running down the right wing and You can't see much and you run in the corner flag and then keep running and go to an baptism board. Look, player safety. If you can't see, you can't see. Call the game off.
Should have been. It should have been called off, but I mean, it doesn't excuse the result, does it? I mean, both teams are
No,
playing in the fog, so it's not. We can't use it as an excuse. The conditions were
I'm
the
not
same.
using it as an excuse. I'm just
No,
saying
no,
the
no.
ref
But
should take it.
some people
The
might
ref
be
should
using
take
it.
it into his own hands.
Some people might be using it as an excuse, and both teams
Yeah,
playing in those conditions.
yeah,
It's the
they
same.
are.
The same for both sides. You can't go after a game and go, oh, it's the fog because both teams played in it. And I
Or
don't
the
want to.
one that really annoys me is this ref.
I don't want to hear McKenna using that excuse either because both teams played in the conditions. It was the same for both sides. It just wasn't good enough from a town perspective, regardless of the conditions. Wasn't
It's
at all.
all. What annoys me more is we have so many chances and we don't put them away, and then Oxford score a pretty fluky goal. I mean, if he hits it another 9, 10 times, he's not getting the same outcome.
No,
Not at all.
I completely agree. Yeah. I've dropped a link in the chat. If you want to come on, chat about the game, feel free. There's a link in the chat now. Have your say about the game today, about Town's run of form in general now, I suppose. Morecambe Tuesday, Ben.
Yeah.
The game got called off today, They are currently in the bottom four. Town's record against bottom four sides, as much as our record against top six sides, isn't great because we like drawing against sides. We like drawing against sides like that. Home form's arguably now better than the away form because we've lost most of our games away from home now. That's 3 defeats away from home, one defeat at home. Our home form is probably now arguably better than our away form. But home form is still not great, Ben, because we've drawn most of the games. Most of our 9 draws have been at home.
Yeah.
Morecambe Tuesday, we go into that game on the back of a defeat that we lost in a manner that it's just going to piss everybody off. You know, if we'd have lost and played all right, then fair enough. But the manner we lost today, Ben, it's just not good enough, is it?
It seems like we're having the same conversation every week. It's just, if we beat, let's say we beat Morgan Tuesday, I don't know if Plymouth on Wednesday are winning. Don't know if Plymouth on Wednesday are playing.
They are, I think.
So again, everything's out of range.
Does this make the Wednesday game massive now, Ben? Massive.
Yep. And we need to beat Morecambe and Cambridge.
Cambridge lost 4-1 today, may I say, against Shrewsbury.
It was a 5-1. It was 5 or 4.
And they're now in the bottom four, Cambridge. So
Oh, great.
the next 2 on paper, but again, like you said yesterday,
Yeah.
football is
Done
not
well like that.
football's not played on paper, and we'll probably go to Cambridge and lose now because they're in the bottom four and they'll be up for it more.
Don't get me started on them.
The end of this month and February are big months now for Town, don't you think, Ben?
I think one of them's a big for us.
But from now to the end of the season, we can't afford any more slip-ups, can we?
No, but Mississippi was down, so.
It's true, but we can't afford them now. We can't afford to lose anymore. We need to get a run together. That'd be nice, you know, a run of results. 3 wins on the trot, maybe, which we haven't done since October. What's your take on that? Not winning back-to-back games since October, and we're now January.
I think we'll beat Morecambe and beat Cambridge. I say that now we're going to lose now.
See, that's the thing. That's what we don't need to do. We can't afford to lose any more games now. But we haven't won. I'm trying to think. Last time we won, we haven't won since Oxford Boxing Day. For that fact, Oxford Boxing Day was the last time we won. That was 26th of December. We're now on the
21st of January.
We're now on the 21st of January. It's nearly a month since we haven't won a game, Ben.
Yep.
I'm repeating this question, but what do you think is wrong at this club?
Goals.
But
I don't think we're scoring enough goals.
I agree, but we've tried to rectify that with a striker, and we're still not scoring goals.
You could buy Ronaldo and Messi, and you still wouldn't score.
Is it the lack of service? Is there lack of? Is the quality not good enough around the striker now? Do you think?
Mix of everything, really.
Do you think that midfield is not good enough anymore because Evans has come back in and looks shocking for me, to be honest.
It's like we said yesterday, though. The two midfielders were missing again.
They were, and what's Luongo got to do to get a game at this club?
I'm very surprised Luongo didn't come on.
What's Luongo got to do to get a game at this club?
Don't know.
Because look, I'm a fan of McKenna still. You know, I'm not one of them people that call him for his head. But I will start questioning him.
Oh, he'd have questioned him.
If this run of form doesn't pick up with the running that we've got, the fairly easy running, but nothing's easy when you're town.
True.
I will then start to question this run of form. If we come away from Morecambe and Cambridge with less than 4 points, I will start to question McKenna, I think. And the only thing I would question about McKenna at the moment is his lack of plan B, Ben. It seems to be every manager town seems to have is plan A, and their plan B is plan A better.
Yeah, their plan A is plan A, but nothing else.
Because Cook was like that, and McKenna appears to be like that now too. It's plan A, and if plan A isn't working, it's plan A, but plan A better, and the plan A better doesn't seem to be working, does it?
The plan A better was just left us to lose 2-1 to Oxford. That's what plan A is.
I think. Do you think change formation is needed now? You think it needs to go two up top?
Yeah. I think it's needed. But then who do you play up top?
See, I'd go 3-4-1-2, I think, and I'd have Clark, Wolfie, and Fridge as your three. I think Burgess has got to come out now. It's either you take Burgess out and play Fridge, or you sign a new centre half, a left-footed centre half. Because
what's Corey Darby doing nowadays? You call him back?
Playing for Burton, I'd really call Baggott, to be honest. He didn't even get on the bench today for Cheltenham. He looked solid against Charlton on the last day of the season. Last season when I saw him as well, winning everything, looked composed on the ball.
Who's the one at Luton? Sonny Bradley.
Oh, I'll take him in a heartbeat.
We'll look with him in the summer.
I'll take him in a heartbeat now.
Good a swap deal. Give them Edmondson and try Sonny Bradley.
See, I play 3-4-1-2. So you'd have Clark, Wolfie, and at the moment Fridge, or you recall a Baggott and play Baggott on there. For me, this is hard to say because I'm a fan of Wes Burns, but not been good enough down the right hand side this season. Our right hand side is the weakest area on the pitch now.
I think in the summer we'll see a few changes. I'm not saying drastic.
The right hand side is the weakest area on the pitch now, Ben, and it was the strongest area on the pitch last season. The right,
I
the
think
right, and the right and left hand side seem to have swapped positions from last season. Now,
Clark will play Tuesday, and I think Broadhead will
I
start.
think you'll see Clark and Broadhead Tuesday personally, yeah. But I think at the moment,
Well, I won't personally, but you will.
do we try Edwards on that right hand side, Ben, instead of Burns? Because I think Burns looks burnt out. Burns.
See what he did. I think Broadhead today was running at his man, which is something that Edwards does, and Burns used to do last year.
Do you think he looks burnt out, Burns? And do you think you try Edwards on the right, Broadhead on the left, have both of them run at their men? Because we don't see that enough.
Yeah, and then bring on Burns for like 20 minutes left. When they're full, that's absolutely fucked.
Do you... Let's talk about the midfield too for a minute, because there's a lot of conversation about them at the moment, right? Because that's two games in a row that Morsey and Evans have gone missing now, Ben.
Yep.
Let's talk about the options in midfield and who you'd play in that midfield too now, because 2 games in a row we've had no midfield.
I said it yesterday.
Are you putting Humphries in there now?
Yeah, I'm putting a 70% fit Luongo and Cam Humphries in midfield.
I mean, Tan have to try something because
And I don't. Let's say, we don't go up in May. I don't see Morsey being there if we go up.
I think if we don't go up, we'll lose quite a few players. To be honest with you, mate, I think Davis will get. I think a Championship club comes in for Davis. I think a Championship club comes in for Chaplin. I think.
I don't think Chaplin will go just because of his work with just because of the work he does with the foundation.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Something needs to change in this side, and I don't know what it is. But there's a deeper line issue at this club at the moment, and can't put my finger on what it is. But
I think if we go and beat Morecambe and then I don't know, let's say we beat Burn in the cup, at least that gives you a bit of momentum in games.
but I'd have thought us beating Rotherham, a Championship side, 4-1 would have given us momentum, but it doesn't seem to have done that. It seems to have done the opposite.
If anything, it's giving Rotherham momentum because they've picked up 4 points for their next 2 games, pretty much.
Right, has this FA Cup run screwed us over, Ben? Do you think?
No, I think injuries has.
Is us doing well in the FA Cup affecting our league form now?
A little bit, but then Sheffield Wednesday are in the same boat. Look how well they're doing.
Sheffield Wednesday are a better side. I hate to say this, Sheffield Wednesday have bags more quality at the moment.
Yeah, but then I don't think they've really had mass changes to their side.
Them and Plymouth.
Like, if you look at all the games they've played, they haven't really changed it.
Maybe that's the key.
Continuity.
Maybe not changing it has done wonders because they don't have to gel new players into the side, gel new players into the system. So we've spent 5 mil, Ben, and we're third in League One, potentially dropping to fourth if this form carries on.
Could be out of the playoffs if this form carries on, mate.
We spent the most in the league, and we are where we are. To me, it seems like this club has gone backwards again.
In terms of form, yeah. In terms of off, like on the pitch stuff, yeah. Because obviously we've been crap, but off the field it's all good. But you can't keep going. Oh yeah, off the pitch is really good. Yes, I'll look at that.
Because
Corner's promoted.
off the pitch doesn't get you promoted.
Exactly.
I don't know what
How
it
did
is.
Charlton get on, by the way? Just out of interest.
Their game got called off.
No.
Very late call off, apparently. Peterborough Charlton was.
Yeah. It's only Peterborough, who cares?
Let's talk of. I mean, let's talk about Plymouth because
Do they have to?
they won 4-2 today. They were 2-0 up, then they went to 2-1. Then it went 3-1. Then Cheltenham got another goal back for 3-2. And then they won 4-2. People were saying they were going to slip away, including myself. Admittedly, I did say they were going to slip away. Don't seem to be though, Ben, do they?
No, but I think if they go up, I think they come straight back down.
I don't disagree. I think Schumacher's a good manager.
Well, we don't actually know that for sure.
But yeah, he's doing a good job at Plymouth.
Yeah, but Ryan Lowe built the side. If you think about it.
That is true. He did build the side. But Schumacher added some of his own players. Still, this time last season they'd have fallen away. He's kept them where they are. I mean, they've been top of the league since September. So I mean, we're now January. I mean, I don't think Plymouth are going to slip away anymore. I was guilty of saying they would, but I personally don't think they will.
So Cardiff sacked their manager, what, 3 days ago, whatever it was? Do you think they go and get somebody like Schumacher? Or do they hold out and appoint like a McCarthy?
Do you know what? It's a possibility that someone like Cardiff look at Schumacher. It is. It's a possibility they look at someone like Darren Moore from Wednesday as well.
Or they come and look for Kieran McKenna. And
I mean, based on Ipswich's current form, I'm not sure that anyone will come after McKenna. Listen, if a team comes in from McKenna and McKenna goes, then we look at other options. We look who's available. I personally don't know.
I heard Kieran Dawes without a job.
I'm not
Obviously,
sure.
that's a joke.
Not sure.
Obviously, that's a joke.
Not sure he's ready for first team football here yet, but
obviously it's a joke.
You've got people. You've got managers. So the inevitable does happen, and McKenna leaves. You've got. You've got managers like Chris Wilder who haven't got a job, and you've got who else is there? Danny Cowley's jobless.
If Danny Cowley comes here, I'm not renewing my season ticket. I don't want him.
Danny Cowley's jobless. Chris Wilder's jobless. Sean Dyche jobless. Would you take?
If we can get Sean Dyche knocked down the cobble stand.
Would you take a Chris Wilder or Sean Dyche at Ipswich?
Yeah, so I just said knock down the cobble stand, build that stand up. We'll have about God knows how many turn up. We're saying that if McKenna goes at any point, who could we get in? No.
I
What
don't
did you
think
say?
it.
Did you say Derby are 4 points off us with about 3 games in hand?
With one game in hand.
Or we're fucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not ideal. And Barnsley have like 2 games in hand over us too, so it's not ideal, Ben. But I'm gonna wrap the show up. I think it's gonna be a short one.
Yep.
Quickly though, before I do, as you're gonna be unavailable for at least a week
Yeah. Well,
before the next
it's
one.
only one league game on technical mission.
As you're going to be unavailable for a little bit, and I'm not going to see you. You're not going to be appearing on here again for Tuesday,
What could do?
or you
Could
could
do that.
give me your score prediction for Ipswich Morecambe Tuesday, please.
1-1.
And give me a starting 11 that you'd like to see versus Morecambe.
Walton in goal. Clark, Wolfenden, Edmondson, Evans, Morsey.
You're still sticking with the 2. You're not putting Humphreys in there. Or
Can't see it
Luongo.
happening.
All right, Evans, Morsey, yeah, go on.
Davis, Edwards, with Burns on the bench. Just putting out there.
Yeah, I agree because I think he's burnt out.
Broadhead, Hurst and the Dapper up top. Actually, no. Yeah, Hurst and the Dapper up top.
You're not playing Chaplin at all.
Oh,
You play Hurst
no,
and Hurst and Chaplin.
I could do that. Who knows? Yeah, got it.
Hurst and
Get Freddie
Chaplin,
on
yeah.
the bench again.
Hurst and
Yeah,
Chaplin. Right,
Chaplin will drop off if needed.
I will wrap this up now. I'll see you lot Tuesday when I make my next video. Don't know when the next podcast will be. I'll have to discuss that with Ben and see what he's to find out when his hospital is. But I might try and arrange something in the meantime with someone else. I'm not sure yet though. Until then, we'll see you. Catch you all later. And he's been Ben Moore. So Ben, thank you very much for this.
All right.
Good luck with whatever you're doing, whenever your hospital is, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, that's me done for this very short match reaction. As Town beat Oxford. Town, lost to Oxford, should I say? Not beat Oxford. Disappointed, deflated. Not angry. Starting to lose hope is what I am. But anyway, I shall see you all Tuesday when Ipswich Town take on Morecambe. But until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll chat later. Goodbye.